Hey phys ed teachers, do you need a quick and easy way to create groups or teams for class activities? With a little bit of legwork up front, you've got lots of efficiency and effectiveness later. Let's check out what I'm using. So we're in the middle of a lacrosse unit, and like most units that we do in physical education, eventually the kids want to play a game, and that involves making teams or groups for the activity. And sometimes, doing the captain method where you choose and do a schoolyard pick isn't the best method because you've got students who get picked last, or you get kids who are picking their favorite friends, and it's not an ideal way. You can also do 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and any other number of traditional methods, but I find using a TeamShake app works really well at creating random teams. And there are lots of variables that you can tailor to make it more effective, efficient, and balanced. TeamShake is a great app that I use on my iPhone and my iPad, and in it I've created class lists. And then when I need to create teams, it's as simple as a push of a button, and I've got, bam, my team's ready to go. I like that there are a number of variables that I can put in to make sure my team is balanced between males and females. I can balance skill levels. And it also creates random teams, so students aren't complaining about favoritism. Let me show you the basics of the app and how easy it is to use. The app opens with this screen with the magic hat, and from there I can add my class and add my users, my students. So I press on the button in the top right corner, and I have this Add New User window, and I can put in the student's name. I like to put in the first and last name because sometimes you may have two of the same name in a class, and it's good to be able to differentiate between them. And then you add a new user and you fill in your class until you have your whole class in there. So as I add in each student, I fill in my class list. So I'm going to skip ahead here and have my whole class list. Now I'm going to save this list as a new class. So I'm going to save this new list, and I'll call this one test class. And now I can basically go through each of my students and customize their own profile. And so if I click on Anna here, it will open up another window, and I can choose to differentiate male, female, or just not specify at all. And I can also indicate a strength level of that student as well. And I can go down to my next person. Maybe I'll take Travis, male, and I'll leave him at sort of right in the middle range there. And then I can work my way down until I've done this with everyone in my class. Now, you don't need to use any of these variables if you don't want, but now I'm going to be choosing my team variables. So I can choose to balance team strengths so that I have teams that are even strength by using this toggle switch, or I can balance male and female. I can choose so that I have equal ability teams. So I might have teams of the same skill level playing against each other, or I can have leveled teams. There's all kinds of things that I can sort through to get it to what I want for that purpose. Back on the main screen, I can now decide on the number of teams I'd like to have in my class, and it will show me the potential team size as well. And then if I press shake, it will split my class into those teams. If I don't like them, I could shake it again, or maybe I need to go back and change the size of the teams or the number of teams that I want to have. And again, I can press shake, and I've got my teams created again. One of the other things I like is it has a random individual selector. So in the bottom there, I can press that and choose it, and it will choose a random person. So if I need a volunteer or someone to ask a question or someone to be on equipment duty, I can just press the button and it gives me a random selection person. One of the things I like about this app is the ability to export and import lists. If I decide to export a list that I have in TeamShake, I can send it to Google Drive or Dropbox or whatever storage system I have and save it to the file. And then when I open it up on my other device, it can import all of those lists as well. So it's pretty handy to move between devices or to transfer your teams. And you have to play with this a little bit, but it's not overly complicated. Sometimes I'll get my students to press the button. Also, if you shake the iPad or the phone as well, it will do the magic hat, and we basically have our teams ready to go. I know TeamShake has been around for a couple of years, but there are many phys ed teachers and classroom teachers that aren't using it. And once you've used it and see what it can do, you'll probably be surprised that you haven't been using it sooner. So there you have it. That's TeamShake in a nutshell. There's lots of little variables you can play with and tailor it to meet your own needs. It's great use in my classroom. Hopefully you can use it in yours.